Hello! This is Philemon again. I know it's been a while, but I am ready to get back into this. So, on the to-do list, we need to harvest from the lava pools and convert them into, or we need to send them to new locations, because I believe now that we have the titanium, which is a resource that should still be growing for us. I mean, 17.2k. Hello, nurse. Yeah, and that's still got time for it to increase, and then the one up here I'm sure still has time for both of those to increase. So yeah, 17.3 already. Now, what the game, or back at headquarters, I saw that there was an input for the input for lava. So whatever mechanism that we're building onto our base is going to require that. So we need to harvest it from here and send it away.
A small piece of comet has entered the atmosphere very close to our position. It looks like it's coming our way.
Okay, I don't really know that that's going to be necessary for us to deal with in any particular way, but it's fun to know that it's happening. Okay, so we need harvesting.
The surface soon. We have to investigate it.
Want our pumps, and we've got the Mark III pump, so guaranteed that we get the maximum out of our production here. Okay.
It's hit the ground. Let's head
Sure
there
that we
quickly and
get
see what
another
we can
Mark
learn.
III on this end. Put that there. And then can I sneak in another one on? Yes. Good. Alright, so can't really get anything else out of there. Grab that. Okay, so now we just need the packagers, which is the compressor. And it can take in... Ooh. Compressor V2 requires uranium, so we can only put on one of these for now.
These creatures' attacks are originating from a common point near our base.
Interesting. We should go and investigate that area.
Yes, we should. Alright, so we can only make one V2. We can make a couple of V1s, though. And then what about... Oh, and that's going to require that on the other end, too. So, for practicality's sake, let's just make the one for... or one of that for now, then make a couple... Because these can only take in at 100 per second. All of these are outputting at 200 per second. So that's great. So even if we just take from the 4 pumps I put in, you know, that upgrade is not going to be any kind of meaningful. So I'm just going to get rid of this. Hopefully I get my, I get the uranium back. It is inefficient to make that because I would be in a weird place of hanging 50. So in a lot of ways, it's much more simple and cost-effective to just make 8 of the version 1s on this, and then have the pipes coming into it for that. And if anything, I'll just make the 4 for now, because I can't imagine it's going to require much more than that on the other end for us to have an effective system. So let's just stick that there, and then if I need to, I can come back and take all of these compressors and make them better. So let's just worry about that for now.
Warning! Hostile creatures are coming from a nearby nest.
Great.
We should go there and clear it out.
Yes, yes, Mr. Riggs. I'll go do that. Twist my arm, why don't you? Alright. I wonder.
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should clear it
Yeah,
up and
okay.
reduce the strength of hostile attacks.
So,
There is a lot of them inside. This might be difficult.
no, not yet. Is that supposed to be a challenge?
Every bit helps.
To no longer fear the strange rocks, it feels good. I do so enjoy having the freezing weapons against creatures like that. Speaking of which, let's check science real quick. I have the better cryogenic atomizer. Excellent. Right, and we were we should, yes. So this is the current, no. This is just nuclear energy. We have fusion going on in the background, which should be here. I could put this on, but that's another 40 minutes of research time. I think, in a lot of ways, time is better spent. It feels weird to say it, but if I can get the energy income, it might just be better to set up things like the resource synthesizers back at base. Because if I can get energy for essentially nothing... Let's take a look at fusion energy real quick. Okay, so it requires a fairly substantial amount of all of our collectible resources. And mostly by that, I mean the palladium, uranium, and titanium. So having a steady supply of those types of things. Yeah, and then the plasma converter, which is what we need in order to make the specialty mortar tower. That's minigun. Where's mortar? Where would the mortar be? Is this it? Heavy artillery. Yeah, the 25 to 200 range tower effective. That is a massive beast. With what? At this level, what is your damage output? Explosive 510. Or no, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. 4,000 damage. Now, for comparison purposes, let's take a look at... This is the next upgrade of sword. It does 205 to 240 damage per swing. Each hit from our, or what will be the next upgrade of artillery tower, is equivalent to 50 sword. No. 200. 20? Man, math is hard to do on the fly. So, normal sword. Yeah, okay. It's equivalent to 20 swords. One mortar shell, 20 swords, all being swung at the same time. Never do math in videos. But, all things being even, that is ridiculously strong. So let's move resource up near the top. I like getting fusion energy out. And as far as I can see, the only resource that fusion energy needs after it's been completed or built in whatever area, which generates 5,000 energy per second, is water or supercoolant. So that is more than enough to get things like the synthesizers going, which require a substantial amount of energy, So the V3, which I will be getting to at some point, takes up 800 energy per second, but that is but a dip in the pond for our fusion energy, and it creates a secondary resource which is hugely positive to all of this, which is plasma. And plasma is the thing that is going to help defend the base probably more than any other single thing could. Because that is what gives us the shield generators. Yeah, these guys. So each one takes off only 10 plasma and is going to massively increase the defensive capabilities of the base. So that is a huge thing to have going. If done, or if conservative with usage, getting this to the V3, which can be done in approximately 6 minutes, gives us a huge energy bump, so allows us to make resources from nothing and never have to worry about things that aren't palladium, uranium, or titanium again. And then also allows us to give a massive damage and longevity upgrade to any base structure that we make in the future, because we'll have access to huge damage long-range towers and a protective regenerative shield over the top of any defensive structure that we have within range. All of this theory crafting, great fun, doesn't necessarily get us anywhere until after we've actually created and unlocked them, and I do need to unlock or get the next headquarters unlock after creating or upgrading the building. So we'll get to all of that. We just need to do it, and right now really the only thing that's going to happen is I am waiting on the structures to be completed, which should be very, very soon. And all of these just need power. There we go. Alright, that should give them all of the power they need, and those will be warping to new base locations. Excellent. And I can almost guarantee... Like, what do you want? Why do you think you're not getting enough? There's only 3 set up in this line. Each one of these is producing at 200 per second, and you're only packaging at 100 per second. There's only 300 resources going into the system. What could you possibly want? Huh? That really is my only frustration with the game as it stands at the moment, is just that it doesn't feel like some of the resource buildings act the way that I would understand most resource buildings in game to act. This whole thinking they need more of a resource than they do. You know, because we've got the pump at the top, which should be completely filling up the line that goes to the first 2 extractors, and then anything left over, the other pump. So let's, for instance, let us take that out of the line and then isolate the pump on both sides. Now, each of these at the top no longer thinks that it's getting... Oh. You know, when I see things like that, it might be on me. That pump was not fully connected to its network.
Prepare for an ion storm.
Okay, that one might be my fault. You saw nothing. Okay, 38 seconds left. Let's focus on that.
Ion storm.
Ion storm.
All sensors are down.
Well, as soon as this is built, we are warping out, and it feels like, to me, we've got two good options as to where to go next. Option number one is back to the Metal Terror DLC in order to just finish up that, or continue / finish up whatever that part of the storyline has to offer for us, or go over to where we would finish uranium processing so that I can start that stockpile and then have enough of that to completely finish out whatever additional objectives that I might have. So, with that in mind, I think it's time we get out of here. Where to go next? Metallic Valley. Dark energy. Okay. Yeah, prepare. Oh, okay. So we can't go to the uranium mining outpost without having first unlocked nuclear energy, which is somehow different than fusion energy because game reasons. Even though one is taking an atom's nucleus and breaking it apart, and the other is taking an atom's nucleus and adding another one onto it that then generates energy, because nuclear power, or fusion power, is intensely interesting. So we're on a timetable, which I talked through probably more than I should have, but these are things that you learn. Let's go to Tanzanite. Oh, come on. Can't leave during the the whatever ion storm. Which, how begs the question of how in the world did life on this planet evolve to such a degree in this location, or just on this planet? It seems insane to me that with the truly horrendous conditions in the places that we've been to, other than, say, the jungles or
Thankfully, this didn't last long.
well, yeah, basically just the jungles. How in the world have things been able to survive? Okay. Stragos Nest. Stragorost Nest. Let's go.
Rift jump successful.
Alright.
Dust storm incoming. Prepare for severe visibility reduction.
Ooh,
This
boy.
Dragon's breeding area is located in a narrow rocky valley. Its layout works like a large wind tunnel and creates an almost constant dust storm.
Just can't quite reach.
It is going to be difficult to fight these creatures in these conditions. We can gather research samples in a more effective way using the bioscanner.
Yeah.
The bioscanner is going to be much better than any weapon in here. We can use it to scan these creatures from afar without making them aggressive. It is also much quicker at finding good research samples.
Alright. Yeah, you say bioscanner, I say bioscanner turret. Let the computer do the aiming for me. Alright. I think these are the things I'm supposed to be researching. Bullets, not very effective, but man, do they sure blow up good. Alright. Where to next? Good thing I'm protected against most radiation, because man, would this place be horrible if not. Just listen to that Geiger counter tick. You know what? It's been a while since we popped one of these. Let's do that. Let's see. Set up some protections.
A new technology has been developed. New buildings are available for construction.
Oh boy. Okay. Was not anticipating that. It's, I do like that mobile Tesla tower, though. That's very nice.
The Stregoros species is fascinating. Its carapace is built from an incredibly strong and light form of
Whoa.
carbon-thickness plating. It's perfect for these sandy deserts, as it allows these creatures to move quickly over quicksand despite their mass. We've gathered enough samples to start researching new technology that will enable us to place special fuel tiles over
That was
places that
fast.
prevent our buildings from sinking.
You sure? You sure we're already ready for that?
It might be worth investigating that area.
Okay, cool. Like,
Interesting. Maybe that's the real reason why there are so many of these creatures in this area. Let's investigate this.
oh, jeez. That is in a top right-hand corner of this map. Fun. Ooh, power jump fire. Quick, I must investigate. Where's power jump? There's power jump. Oh. I gotta build it first. Yes. Alright, so I have, or just checking real quick, I currently have power jump energy, which does 100 energy damage upon landing. Power jump fire. Oh, it does 100 fire damage. Is the splash damage radius different? Oh wow. No, and the one that you get through upgrading does 150 instead of 100. Great. That makes me feel special. Let's see. Ew. Oh. I am low on Ironium because I have not been upgrading it. Or I have not essentially restocked or put down more Ironium mining facilities recently, so I'm very low on that. And that's why I'm going to transfer over to getting the passive income from the things that can seemingly just manifest it from thin air. Okay, well, that's slightly disappointing, but what are you gonna do? Also, in terms of being a movement ability, it's honestly not the best. Dash was much better for that kind of thing. So I'm tempted to just put it back. Okay. Oh boy. I am liking the freeze thrower.
New technology has been developed.
That is
New
nice.
buildings are available for construction.
Because look at that guy. Look at how slow he's moving. Very little fear of damage from anything that does melee. Oh boy, this could be a long trip. Just on the off chance, can I? Nope. Wait, come on. Shift? No, yeah, this isn't. Those are true path blockers. Oh, 2D maps with only the illusion of a third dimension. So much easier to program on. You know, so much easier to frustrate players when you have bird-like entities that are firing down from above at them that you can't target with any of your standard weapon arrays. I'm not bitter. Ooh, okay. So we can actually see the destination circle that we were looking for with the odd magnetic deposit, was it? You know, like the strange rocks that we kept running into. Maybe we'll find one of those that somehow erupted all the way from the volcanic region over to this desert one. Wouldn't that be interesting? And I know just how to deal with such things. There we go. So, was it going to... Oh, what? That it's on fire? What? Well, certainly interesting, but how? And that's still not...
This huge crystal is the source of the magnetic anomaly. Let's get close to it to gather samples.
Be careful, Ashley. It looks...
Oh no!
Ooh.
Crystal is destroyed.
Uh-oh.
I'm detecting a lot of movements heading our way.
We shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Oh no. I actually kind of feel bad about that one.
Buildings are available for construction.
Oh boy. Man, has that really pulled creatures out of the woodworks? Not much health left. Not much health left. Not much health left. Okay, you done? Oops. So where do we go from here? Aw. Really? I entirely messed that up. Well, that feels bad. Can we find more of it? No? Okay. Well,
Research completed.
at least on the research front, we've got our synthesizers started. So let's grab the next tier of research on those and pull that to the top. Yeah, because all of the attack type towers can wait for later. Those are gonna, no, the one that we really should have at the top right now is... I hadn't even put it into the research queue. Come on, Philemon. You're better than that. Okay. Put that at the top of the research queue, because that is absolutely necessary to moving on with the game. Dum-dum. Extra stable floor? What? Making a perfect foundation if a Raidbreaker wants to build something on loose... Oh, yes. That is very important. And only takes 40 seconds, so it is going to the top of the queue. Right. The nuclear missile launcher. Cannot tell you just how stupid of an idea that is to give us that access to that. And huh. Interesting. What's this? Ooh. Oh, we could have had fire resist armor. Huh. Shouldn't take long. What's this? Right. And then the Morphium power plant, which actually would be very useful when we go to the metallic area, because that is expressly what we're trying to do over there, is to learn how to harness the morphium fluid, which I believe in the last episode I referred to as techno-science. That is my... I would like to apologize for that. That I was meant to say techno-magic. It is very much the equivalent of techno-magic. We've got the red versions of a couple of items over here. Ooh, actually can study this now? Can. Ooh. Tempting. Very tempting. Still have not unlocked the power of laser sword. Unfortunate. And, right. Tier 5, or next upgrade of headquarters, which is kind of on its way. Those are all in the queue. The massive, massive queue. So... oh my god, the orbital laser. Okay, stop looking at research. Well, actually get back into the menus because it's time to leave. This was a bust, and very much my fault that this was a bust, but what are you gonna do? Let's go to... okay, so this looks like... yeah. It has to do with the metallic stuff as well. Let's go make use of Tanzanite.
Rift jump successful. This area is very
Okay.
rich in Tanzanite. My scans have indicated two especially large condensations nearby.
Okay, cool.
Their locations on our minimap.
Please,
Interesting.
reveal them to me
We
now.
actually found an oasis in this desert. It looks like
Anytime you want to reveal
those.
those.
Around a pool of liquid. We have to see this.
Anytime.
Yes, that is odd.
Aha, there we go.
The second location appears to be a bit more standard. It is a large Tanzanite deposit hidden underground. It is spread out in a larger radius.
Okay, we'll analyze it with the
Oops.
geoscanner as soon as we get there.
Alright. God, I keep destroying those poor bugs. Ah, so satisfying to see those explode. Also, still can't say no to this. I don't know. It's an interesting mechanic. I like it. I shouldn't apologize for liking it. Alright, give this a shot. Can I do it before... nope. Oh boy! Okay. Woo! Tesla Tower's doing their jobs very nicely, but man, was that a lot of creatures. Wow. Okay. Now, let's see what this has in store for us. Come on. What do you got? Other than just... power jump acid. Man, if I had only found that before, I could have been power jumping my strange rock problems away. Wouldn't that be funny? Oh, if only I had business in that area. I might just do that just to destroy them in as many unique ways as possible. I hate strange rocks. I hate strange rocks. Alright, so somehow a liquid Tanzanite deposit, you say? Alright. Oh, nope, not dead yet. There we go. Alright. What are we... whoa.
This is an actual oasis. It looks stunning.
Okay.
These cacti are growing like crazy near this pond.
They contain a lot of tanzanite. We can harvest them to gather the resource, as well as research samples.
Okay. Scout location. Okay. Ooh. There we go. So, when you say... What does that mean? How am I supposed to be scouting here? Oh, no. Okay. So if I'm at... Am I done here? What am I... Am I supposed to put a fluid extractor in that location? I can do that. I'm sure it's just gonna give me mud. What purpose does that serve? Oh. Hello, Meteor.
A new technology has been developed.
New blueprints are available. Scanning finished. We've located rich uranium deposits in a new planetary location.
Yeah. As soon as I finish that upgrade, you find rich uranium deposits?
Excellent news,
Why am I
Mr.
surprised?
Let's go there to set up a uranium mining outpost. We'll finally have access to nuclear power and better weaponry.
Yeah, let's sell this. I don't feel confident in that. Let's just... I suppose we'll go explore the other location and then come back there. Yeah, I know. You want me to set up uranium mining, and I will. I've got other things that are more important at the moment. Ooh, new species. Is it a uranium-laced version? Okay. Alright, moving on. Let's go scout the other thing. Maybe it'll give me some clue to what the heck I'm supposed to do next. At least they're not horribly far apart from each other. That could have been a far worse spawn in terms of getting this all set up. It would have been really annoying. Whoa. Okay. You don't have to do that. It's not necessary. I understand it might be a biological imperative, but it's not necessary to try and kill me. And I guess look for the... Oh. This the old-fashioned way? There we go.
There's a lot of tanzanite in this area.
Nice.
But its concentration is so low that I will not be able to excavate it with my equipment.
Okay.
These cacti clearly like to grow in this place. They condense the tanzanite from the soil during their growth process.
Okay.
Unfortunately, these ones are too small to harvest any meaningful quantities of the resource.
Okay.
Mr. Riggs, I think I know how we can extract the underground tanzanite.
Yeah, please tell me, because I'm still very
Use the water
confused.
From the oasis to power a cultivator. If we can build a pipeline from the oasis to the underground deposit, we could speed up the growth of the cacti in that area. These plants will extract the tanzanite for us.
Oh.
Good thinking, Ashley. The pipeline is going to be long, but it will work if we can put it together. The mushbit colonies in the area will not make this easy.
No. Huh. Yeah, I was about to say, guess what thing I haven't researched yet?
Completed.
Excellent. I mean, if it's gonna give us access... Wait. Okay, okay. This actually is very telling of something. So, in areas where we're going to be harvesting uranium, it's going to give us the uranium in the crude form, and then we have to output it as usable uranium for our purposes. So, that actually is important information, because the more, or the higher the tier that we can get of the uranium centrifuge, the faster the production in that area will be, so that we can move on to other things more quickly. And that's definitely going to move to the top of the research queue for as long as I can do that, at least currently. And I think that's really the only thing that makes sense right now. Oh, cultivator, right. And that's only going to take a minute, so that's the thing to do for there. Almost undoubtedly going to require power, but I can deal with that as we get to it. First things first, just got to build a pipeline over to the cultivator. Yeah, so this is going to require energy and water. I'm sure the water amount is not going to change, and luckily, pumps do not require any kind of... How do I say this? Pumps do not require energy to run, so we only really need to make the energy station over at where the pipe is going to be fueling our experiment. The other thing to consider is that there are shifting sands in the area, and I bet you if I place down that pipe, it is going to start deteriorating. Yup, look at that. Like that little health bar that appeared. So we're going to have to build an entire floor system from where we put down our pump over to our new location, and make sure that we are as enemy-free as possible all along the way. Like these guys. We don't want them. What the heck? Yeah. Talk about a new variant. What the heck is this nonsense? Okay. You know, I had asked the question earlier about just how in the world did life develop on this planet, and I guess the answer to that is by being badass. Okay. Wow. What?
Burning our armor and structures.
Oh, okay. So, very intense sun right now. Got it. Well, luckily I shouldn't... Whoa! It teleports?! Okay. You know, when the Muckmen and the lava guys and whatnot were jumping underground and very quickly going from one location to another, that, at least in some ways, was semi-plausible as a, oh, they can get from one place to another quickly without being unrealistic. I hate using that word because of how often the things in this game I have had issues with in that regard, but in any case, sure, let's call that meaning unrealistic. Well, now you're just adding true teleportation into the mix? How in the world am I not supposed to call no, just outright no, on the science of this game when you give them the literal ability to teleport? My word. Okay, rant over. This is... Wow. Okay. Alright, and then we need the special shifting sand floor in that area. Okay, and that gives us the ability to continue building. And we'll take it small steps at a time to make sure that the pipeline is completely connected properly between here and our destination. Gave them the ability to do a true form of teleportation. They are ripping apart their molecules or making a local fold in space-time between their present location and somewhere else. Wow. That... I would use the word unbelievable, but even that I feel is too light for what I believe that level of complexity is in an organic life form. In some ways, I missed ranting about this game. We had gotten so blasé about all of the truly wacky and wonderful things that go on this planet, but they found a way. Oh, did they find a way to make the science even less plausible? Oh, man. Almost there. And then we still have to even refine the mud that we're getting in the pipeline into water at the source. So that'll be fun. Oh, I think I went a little bit too far with that. Let's just slap some of those down. Slap more of them down. Then thinking about power consumption in this area, looks like the most feasible way to go about doing that is going to be to set up some solar arrays and then have the batteries going. And just a couple of batteries. And that should be plenty to have what we need in the future. Right, nuclear power plant, fusion power plant, which I think is far more reasonable way of going because it only requires water. I mean, come on, why would you use anything not water? Like, water is so easy to get in this game. Even converting mud. Like, I'm producing mud at 400 a second, and I can convert that... Where's my... oh, I am very low on ironium.
A new technology has been developed.
But I can do a 1-to-1 ratio and produce 400 water per second out of 4 of these plants from the mud. So I can have 4 fusion energy plants going for what I need off of like 2 input sources. It's insane. Or just, it's very efficient that way. Honestly, I personally would go for the route of you should have made the supercoolant necessary, because that has a much stiffer cost to it. Where's the compressor, biocomposter, harvesting station, cultivator, which needs ironium, which doesn't seem like we have a whole lot of in this area. So might have to do some trickery where we use our new creation technology. We use the ironium synthesizer to just give us some starting, or give us the energy required in order to build what we need here. Uranium centrifuge. Why not? Made. Is it in power? No? It shouldn't be in defense. Just take a quick look into researches. Okay, got harvesting, got nuclear power plant V2, power plant V3, thank you. That to top. Again, just making 1 crude uranium into 4. Wow, it doubled off of the last one. So being able to do that conversion is going to be huge. It's going to be such a time saver in that area. Okay, so... Right, supercoolant refinery, which only makes it 25 a second, and it requires a steady stream of titanium input. Which I think is silly. When, again, you can just use water. Why would I ever create a need for a limited resource? Because we can't just use the things like a synthesizer, which I just put down, to create titanium. So I would be using up a finite resource in order to make a bunch of supercoolant when the water is just available. And here, the same thing for plasma. I am using up my titanium in order to create a resource that I don't need to have put in that, or I don't, it wouldn't be necessary. It just flat out wouldn't be necessary for me to do those things. Right. And then this is a thing. This is a very important thing. Should probably put this into the queue. And that's gonna make, yeah, that just really jumped how big the queue is. But when we get back to main base, be setting up all sorts of passive income for carbonium and ironium, making sure that we have all of the research facilities that we could possibly want, all that good stuff, and then making sure that it is supremely protected overall. So, well, not going to be too much of an issue in the end of things. For now, let's focus on getting what is required for this area. And just like that, we have a passive income for ironium without needing any kind of a node to build off of. Of course, it takes power. It is super power hungry, and I don't know when the sun comes back up in this region. It looked like we were fairly above the equator, so who knows if we're in a summer season or a fall season at the moment. I don't know if the sun comes up faster than it goes down around here. But we'll just... Oh, right. Can't even build this until we have the ironium. What about the cultivator? Can I make one of those? I can. Oh boy. Down it goes. Bye-bye, energy. It's nice knowing you. And I didn't see... or I don't see any geothermal in the area, or anywhere reasonably close by, so... you know... might be a slight problem. So let's just have that building. Cultivate some plants. Does that mean we're also going to need a harvesting station? And for an radius around the building, process generates all kinds of resources depending on what is gathered. Yeah, probably need one of those too. Ow. That, okay, yeah, that should be the right kind of radius. Build one of those. Wow. Look at all those things I can't do right now. How unfortunate. And I've only got 72 ironium to my name. I wonder, can we find an ironium deposit? Speed things up a little bit while we wait for morning. Squeeze through here. Yes. Oh, look, carbonium. Not what we need right now. Alongside a creature. Get off of my ore. And become vulnerable, please. Oh boy. Whoa, that was lots of stuff happened right there. Good night. Alright. Yes, yes. Deliver water to the cultivator. You know, if I had had water in... They don't necessarily want you to build an outpost out here, but thinking about it, if I was able to simply deliver water
dust storm visible on the
from
horizon.
other locations by using the compressor-decompressor system, we wouldn't necessarily need all of this fanciness.
The sky is barely visible now.
Oh,
and dust
come
is getting
on!
everywhere. I hate dust storms.
So do I! It's just a stalling tactic, game. I will get this. This is completely unnecessary at the moment. Come on. It's not fair. Let's just make sure that when we do get to build, it's going to be more than enough to have all of my buildings supported. It says it's dawn, but we can't see because of the stupid dust storm, and it completely blocks solar energy. I guess it makes it so that we are passively getting our science income. Just please end my suffering. Clear out. I see the light. Oh, but wind energy is at 500% right now, so let's build... Because normally it's only at 25%. Oh, and now it's... As soon as I start making the buildings, it drops and switches over to the other kind. This is so frustrating. This is so frustrating. And then it's over. Just as that gets completed, we're back up to 200% solar and 25% wind. I just can't win. I just can't win. Okay, fine. Alright. Everything is producing again. We're at 1,400 positive energy gain into our system. It's ridiculous. This game is ridiculous. Alright. So... How much longer do we have to wait for... What is it? It's the filtration plant. Yeah, and even in its most basic form, it's not enough. So we wait. Or, counter-argument, we increase our income again and again. We certainly can't sustain this pace at night without some truly powerful batteries, but it would absolutely make it so that we don't have to wait quite as long for what is required for this mission. Yeah. Wow. Look at that bar. That used to be our power storage capacity. And now we're only storing 51 energy per second. I don't know. Game is not necessarily the best at explaining how all of its resources work. Alright, so let's make... Because the thing that we can do right now is we can make the pipeline up to where we're going to have our water filtration station. What's your footprint? So we'll just put that like that. So should be 1, 2, 3, 4. That will be where the output goes to. Oop, nope, wrong tab. There we go. Alright. So, as soon as that's ready to build, I can push the button, and then we can have water. Oh, and we'll probably want to get rid of one of our Ironium generators, because we won't have the power in order to sustain that. I think it takes it at 100 a second, so... But we have passed what our need was at the time, so any further income is just icing on the cake right now. And this is the kind of thing that I want to have set up back at main base so that we just never have to worry about it again.
A swarm of fast-moving objects across the sky. It's a
Excuse me?
meteor shower. Prepare for bombardment.
Excuse me? What? You have got to be joking. Also, I'm still not... just a one-tile gap. A one-tile gap. Oh,
Serious damage.
boy.
Evasive maneuvers, Mr. Riggs.
Wait. Why is it not hurting our buildings? Ow. Oh, wait. Evasive maneuvers required? That did 3 damage.
Harvest these cacti manually, or we can
I'm not gonna
automate
move.
the process
I'm
by
curious.
taking additional
Can you
resources.
actually hurt my health bar? Meteorite shower. Meteorite shower that is... Okay, alright. Not bad. You got me down to 2. Ooh. Alright. Now we're talking. Oh, but now the drone's in play. I've got my little repair drone that is, it's healing me back up. So, at the end of this... Oh, and now my shields are back. Nope. I got... Hit my shields again. Another hit. Not bad. Come on. Is this all you got?
The rock rain is
This
over.
all you got?
That was
Really?
intense.
We end that with 18 on my shields, so it did 17 damage to me. That's all it could do. Oh boy. Hey, this is my plan. Get away. My water. Stay back. No. Yeah. Okay. And this, I do like this feature though, that all the little mobs come in and feed off of the corpses. That's a nice touch. Little fodder mobs. Okay, and then we hit sundown again, and we hope that there is enough energy stored in the system to support our 2 Ironium facilities all the way through the night. Wow. Cultivators really work faster than the harvesters do. I wonder, if I build another harvester, will that increase our generation to a point where I don't have to wait for quite a bit, or quite as long? Nope, that's cultivator, I want harvester. Gotta be careful to also not... Oh, I guess it did do some, if I'm reading this right, it did do some damage to our buildings, but, like, for, oh no, it's a meteorite shower, which, based on just the visuals of that, should have been tearing apart everything that existed around me, was not nearly as impressive as it could have been. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Did not realize... Oh, boy. Okay, wait a minute. That's going over to the pumping station. I don't have a fast way to getting between those 2 areas.
Base is under attack.
Yup. Base is under attack. Did not consider this. Did not consider this. We gotta keep the whole thing safe. Oh, no you don't. No you don't. Come on. None of this. None of this.
A new technology has been developed. making
Come
it easier
on.
to construction.
Oh, that's not what I want. I don't want to have that. Come on, don't... Did they kill... Yep. Oh, wait. Yeah, they killed pipeline sections. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world because we don't have the energy to make it all the way through a night, but still annoying. Okay, and that should complete your reestablished pipeline. Go away. Little vestigial bit there. Now here's a odd question. Did the wave appear in that location because I moved to try and intercept it, or did the wave appear in that location because that's where it was designed to appear? Wow. You know, I thought I had a lot of energy storage. It is impressive how untrue that was. Oh, little false dawn there for you. Also, maybe I'm just uneducated on the amount of meteorites that hit the planet, or our planet, as often, but it feels like wherever this planet is, it somehow travels through some kind of asteroid belt or something like that, which, at the development stage that it appears to be in, should have been entirely cleared out by just the gravitational forces in the area. So what in the world is going on celestially in this area that is casting off such large meteorites constantly? Because it feels like, how often do those go by? Every, like, 20, 30 minutes of real time? And it's only been 53 days, and I can't imagine we've seen any less than, I don't know, 40 or 50 at this point, so it's almost a once-a-day occurrence. And in totally different locations, and they somehow manage to go right over our heads every time. That seems highly implausible, unless it's somehow, like I said, traveling through, or the planet is traveling through a debris field constantly. A debris field that should be, like, locked into a particular ring of the solar system's existence. Like, the reason that the asteroid belt past Mars gets to exist is because it exists between the gravitational forces of Mars and Jupiter. They're not strongly pulling in one direction they're not pulling in one direction strongly enough for them to break orbit, or constantly break orbit and bombard either of those planets. Those things still exist, and so had two of the planets in this solar system recently somehow collided with each other and sent off just a monumental amount of debris or space rocks that we are now traveling through constantly to justify this number of meteorites coming to the planet in so many different locations. I have many questions, and it does not appear like I have been given many answers. So, just the kinds of things I think about while waiting long periods of time in order to fulfill requirements like this. I would be tempted to go back into the research section of the database and change things, but I'm just far more interested in the moment in completing this so I can get on with doing other things in the game, which actually, well, talk about that when we get there.
Base is under attack.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Well, that answers that question. It's because they were programmed to show up in that area and not because I had moved over.
Being destroyed.
Yeah. I'm working on it.
Warning. I'm detecting an intense ion storm coming out.
Oh no.
Due to a recent coronal mass ejection on Galatea's sun. It may disable some of our equipment.
Yeah. Which would be bad because I need my scanner, or my radar right now to know exactly where the things are attacking my base.
The ion storm is disabling
Yep.
our equipment.
Okay. Now, looks like pipeline is relatively clear
Technology has
here
been
on.
developed.
New buildings are available for construction.
Luckily, the ion storm is not disrupting my ability to create new things. That's good. Or send out these little creation probe, drone, whatever.
Everything is getting back to normal. Thankfully,
was quick.
this didn't last long.
No, it did not. Especially after that one that we encountered in the volcanic region, which interrupted my ability to leave. Alright, well, hopefully don't really need to even complete rebuilding this. It would appear that there's still a break that I don't know about. Where is that? Come on. Oh, there it is. Okay. Because I think we should have enough plants going at this point that we don't need the additional mud resource. It was probably close, looking at it. But okay. The best part about all of this, I don't even know what I can make with Tanzanite.
We have gathered enough Tanzanite to start crafting new equipment.
Yay!
We can stay here and search for more minerals. Or we can return to our primary objectives.
Yeah!
Excellent. We can craft some really good weaponry with this amount of Tanzanite.
I certainly hope so. Whoa! Was not expecting another wave. Hey! Get off! Get off of my lawn! Yeah, nasty little whippersnappers. Ahem. Excuse me. So, let's leave. Yeah, so order of operations is likely finish uranium or get to whatever the amount of uranium that the game wants us to get to, then finish off all of the so we'll do uranium because that is also building requirements for lots of little random things like the defensive towers that take that, and then once that's complete, go through Metal Terror, and then after that will be to head off to the... No, wait, why can't I open Rift? Oh, what? I'm not under attack. There is nothing attacking me. Can I leave now? Now that the music has calmed down and you recognize that there are actually... yeah, now you let me leave. Anyway, so go to uranium. Yeah, take all of that back. And I'll lose a bunch of this, but I'll get little... nope, I said I wanted yes. I want to get all that back. So we'll go through this area. Finish what we need to do here. then go to Melterra, then try and make use of whatever we can in that area, and finish up, I think, the game pretty soon. But regardless, at least for this episode, I am going to call this it. So as soon as this dialogue is over between Mr. Riggs and our faithful protagonist.
Excellent. Let's scout the area to find a good location to construct a permanent outpost. We should look for a site that's close to a uranium deposit and is easily defendable.
You mean like here? Which also has decently close. We'll do another scan from here. But regardless, this has been a lot of fun. The game continues to surprise me. But for now, Philemon out.